All right. Well, imagine intro music. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is Pilot Digesting Stream's pilot episode. I am your host, Quick Thinks All Thoughts. My co-host here is Skylar Jet, or Jet Skylar as he prefers to be called.
It's Skylar, yes, and here we are, where we click stuff so you don't get baited. So
Yeah.
let's
The
digest some streams.
What we're going to do is we're going to cover 3 news articles that we found that piqued our interest, and then we're going to cover 3 streamers and talk about the kind of content they made. And without further ado, let's start with our first news item. Our first news item is definitely the Google glasses. Not Google, Apple glasses. These things
Glasses,
look
yes.
100% obnoxious. What do you think?
I think they might be revolutionary, but they are way too expensive for my liking. Not my cup of tea.
For sure, these are way too expensive. I wonder if these guys looking at their meal. I wonder if it shows them the calories of the things they're eating them out. That would be a useful application of them for sure.
I think they are just watching porn.
They're watching porn. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I go to restaurants and watch porn for sure.
Yeah, I think they are what they're doing right now. Yep.
Oh man,
Yeah,
this is the launching of the event, and the employees here are either super pumped or super afraid of looking for their losing their job, so they don't want to find a new one, and they just have to be that excited. I don't know. Maybe they are that excited. That'd be kind of cool.
Do you remember when it was like that, but for the first Apple phone?
Oh, the
iPhone?
iPhones?
Yeah.
But you still get that with iPhones, right? Because you still see people line up around the block for iPhones sometimes.
And I think that's weird. That's strange. It's strange. You shouldn't be lining up for anything.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't do it for a phone because I just order it online and it'll come to me.
Exactly.
This guy, you know what this is? I'm convinced. Like, I don't know what he's actually doing, but my guess is this guy is 100% just inventory management. This guy he's playing Final Fantasy. He's playing with it.
Are you trash talking Frosty's inventory?
Exactly. He's gonna get hit by a car for sure, and
Yeah.
This dude that's. I think it's inventory management.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely like clicking 3 tabs at the same time for something, which I find it strange, but okay.
Now this guy here, he might actually be being productive. This might be a productive use of the goggles while you're on the subway. The thing is, I'm not that much of in a hurry to work or have to work on the train. I know people have those jobs. This is not for me.
I don't know, if you have enough money for those Apple lenses or whatever, would you be still riding the train? Wouldn't you have a driver for yourself or something like that?
So if I had that kind of money where I could freely buy one of these things, I wouldn't want to be on a subway with a $3,500 piece of equipment on my head where someone could yoink it off and run, because that doesn't look secured. Does it?
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't look secure.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't think that's even possible to do in some countries like mine. Like, if I go outside with those in my head, I don't come back home. Easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I will just disappear.
Yeah, these glasses cost $3,500. It's insane. Isn't that what the price was? Maybe I'm misremembering the price.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. It's 3,000.
I do appreciate
4,000.
the innate shallowness here of someone who clearly doesn't like their partner, and just has changed how they look. He's like, listen, I've got an unattractive partner. Let me adjust how he looks so he looks better. I don't know. This is
I want to know why Tom Holland is behind a paywall and not Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's a good question.
I don't know. Okay, I would put Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe Henry Cavill behind a paywall before Tom Holland.
Okay. Are there any celebrities you would want to look like?
Me?
Yeah.
Henry Cavill? Probably.
Henry
Like
Cavill.
who
Yeah,
wouldn't want to be like that?
that's a solid choice. This is a solid choice.
How about you, Quick?
Who would I want to be? I know he's a bit arrogant for some, but Robert Downey Jr. I want to be the Iron Man. If I'm gonna have that much tech on my head, I want to be Iron Man. Oh,
fair. How about Chad? What Chad does want to be if they could swap their face
yeah.
freely?
Now here's what I
Ooh.
think is not a great use case. I think that this guy got pulled over. Is that what happened?
It
if you
seems like it.
if you're yeah like this is there needs to be a like car mode, like you know how phones have car mode, they need car mode for this.
Oh yeah. I was talking to you before this, but I was watching a review, like a proper review of these glasses, and you cannot use them while on
Okay.
movement. So this man on the car and the other one on the train, it's supposed that the windows just went behind you if you just keep walking through it, because they should be
Okay.
stayed like screens around you. That's how it works. So in theory, they cannot drive and use the glasses, but people, it's just smart and like
All
to do
right.
this kind of stuff.
This guy at the gym, he's you know, this is actually like a useful. Like, this could be like a useful workout. Like you remember what you bench press, you remember what you lift here. I still think he looked like a clown. This guy, that all right. This one here is fine. 'Cause this one here, he might be like inputting. Oh, I'm benching or I'm lifting this much, or I'm, you know, that one's fine. But
Yeah,
when he's on
like
the treadmill, that is a clown. This is
I don't
listen.
know. I
You
don't go to
just
the gym.
go.
I would look like a clown if I had them
Oh,
doing
for sure.
whatever. So I don't know. I don't know.
And then this is the gamification of cleaning. You know what? I have a Roomba which does this for me, and I don't have to press anything. But if I didn't have the Roomba, this would this would make cleaning game. The way to make me do something is to gamify it for sure. So if you can if you can gamify cleaning, I'm more likely to clean for sure. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I also think that if
Oh,
I can before I afford the Apple goggles, I will afford the Roomba.
yeah. Like if you can just not do it yourself, it's way better than gamification, right?
Yeah.
Like, why collect coins when someone can collect the coins for you?
Yo, this is actually like a cool application of this. This is a cool application. Like just to visualize the race in front of you. This is you know, sports is where this might actually have like the first, not the first users, but like this
But
would
the
be like
major, yeah, the
this
major
is
users.
yeah. And I've seen other clips where they put people inside NFL players so you can see what the NFL players see, and that blows my mind. Like if you can just be an NFL player,
Oh,
because I listen, I'm a big guy, but I'm not big enough to be in the NFL. But if you can put me in, uh, I want to be a kicker.
POV of being Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I could be Patrick Mahomes. Let's go. Or Christian
speaking
McCaffrey.
yeah, speaking of which, who's gonna win the Super Bowl next week? Quick.
I think it'll be the Chiefs, but I want the 49ers to win. That's just where I'm at.
Interesting. Yeah,
What about you?
I agree. I agree. No, it's the same thoughts. I
All right,
think the Chiefs are going to win, but it'd be interesting that San Francisco wins, or at least put some fight.
all right. Quick update my description. What is my description? I have no idea how to do that on OBS. One moment. We're gonna edit this out of the recording. But what is my description? How
Oh
do I?
yeah, your help on Twitch. Your description is helping Frosty learn DSR
Ah,
in
all
easy
right.
video game.
An easy video game, but holy crap, I have had an easy video game. How do I? All right, I will do that soon. This is me doing it on the phone. This will be cut out of the final edit. We're just stopping this for right now while I manage
Yeah.
stream. Edit stream info. Yep. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about this chat. This will be edited out of the final episode for sure. This is me not being a professional streamer. I am a professional.
Yet. Not a professional streamer yet.
Nice versus yeah. All right. I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. All right. In theory, that should have done it, but who knows? All
I
right.
can check. It is done. It is working now.
Excellent. Excellent. Yo, Gio, thanks for the sub. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. You are the second person to sub to my channel ever. You're,
Nice.
yeah. All right. All right. Come back in. Recording starts now. For our second story, we are talking about Twitch and the layoffs at Amazon. This is not a unique Amazon story. Lots of lots of tech companies have been laying people off, uh, and the reality is this is something that this kind of thing happens for two reasons. Number one, Twitch is not profitable. They've disclosed these numbers multiple times. It's just not a profitable platform, and if streamers are ever going to get a better share, that probably doesn't start before Twitch becomes profitable. It's just the
Yeah.
facts. What? Go ahead.
Twitch is more like a platform that it's used for advertising in general, right? Like you want to have your platform Twitch to be advertising other stuff, and everyone comes to your platform, but that main thing is not profitable enough to be a solo thing.
That's true.
So it makes sense. It makes sense that, especially like I was saying before the show, before the pandemic, it was like there was like a line of some people watching some streams, and then when the pandemic and everyone watched a lot of streams and everyone became famous, and it was a lot of money going to Twitch. Now that the pandemic is gone and people is going back to work, they cannot watch all the streams they were watching or spending money on all those streamers. So the bubble popped, and it's obvious that a lot of people need to be laid off in these kind of companies, and it works for a lot of them at the same time, right?
Yeah. No,
Like
that.
Activision, Microsoft, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
etc.
I mean, a year ago, Facebook went through this what they called their year of efficiency, um, and so like you see a lot of tech companies going through this thing where they're just finding out who they can cut and where they can cut, and then also the fact is AI. I know this at my job. AI has made me a more productive worker. We haven't laid off anybody as a result, but I know that we've slowed down on hiring for sure. So AI is certainly a factor here, especially if you're at Amazon, where they're likely. My office is a little bit slower than Amazon, so we don't adopt it so quickly. But for sure, that's a factor here.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things are going to be AI
Yeah,
related, and at the same time, a lot of things that had to be like deliberately physical, it's just becoming less physical now, right? Like
yeah,
video games,
for
less
sure.
video games are being bought physical.
Yeah, I
So
can't.
yeah.
As soon I didn't even I bought it. I play on a PS5, and I didn't even bother buying the disc version. I just went straight to the digital only version. I didn't even think about it. It wasn't even a second thought for me.
No, wait, no. Buy the physical versions. Those
Why?
are your games. The
No, no, no.
ones on the cloud are not your games.
Sony is a
Sadly.
ethical company and would never screw me over the way they took away my movies. Hang on, you might be onto something, Jet.
Yeah,
Yep. All right.
I'm glad we discovered this
Our
right here,
next,
right now on the
our
pilot.
third story is a public safety announcement and an example. You should never take metal objects and stick them into toasters. Very, very important to not do this. Um, you just listen. If you're sticking your metal objects into toasters, outlets, don't do it. This guy I'm Boggles got banned from Twitch for doing this. So I have found the video, uh, but and if I scroll down, the video is there. I will not scroll down because the guy got banned from Twitch for doing this, and I don't want to get banned on my first ever podcast. But as a public citizen, don't stick metal objects into there. Now that said, I have seen the video, and it is quite compelling, but it also might have been staged. I think he may have edited what happened. I'm not super certain. My keen eye
Uh,
says it might have been staged, and I've seen some comments that might have been staged. But on the other hand, it is a very funny video. But don't do
just yeah,
this. It's just funny. Learn from his example of sticking objects where they don't belong.
there are a couple of things that you need to watch on these, right? Like white guy with a shirt that says him, two toasters and two forks. Like nothing is good going to happen after that combination, right? So yeah, the general rule, if you see a hole, don't put metal objects in that. No
I'm a.
matter the hole, no matter what kind of hole, just don't put metal objects on
This is
that.
something you learn as a child to not do, but maybe sometimes I don't know. I think one of the things he says is that because there are two toasters, they would cancel out. Um, and as someone who has a background in science, let me tell you, that's not how that works. It's it's just a brutal. It's not going to go well for you. All right, transition time. Do. And now we're going to talk about uh, streamers. Three streamers that we found that we like. I'm going to talk about the first one mostly. Jet is an expert on the second one, but I just found their content compelling. And the third person we just found in the I just found in the Final Fantasy 14 directory. Uh, our first streamer is Renan. Uh, so Renan has been doing their recent content is basically focused around storytelling. First, the Dragon Song Reprise Ultimate World Race, and then recently the top world race. Now, um, what I'll say for these is Renan's voice is kind of amazing. I'm going to play a quick clip here, um, and uh, we're just going to play a quick clip and let it speak. Let the content speak for itself.
Please.
What I want to do is put you in the position that prog groups were in. And Delta taking its namesakes from one of 3 raid tiers in Stormblood, it was clear that this would not be standalone. Just as a disclaimer before we talk about Dynamis Delta, this is a complex sequence of events, and I'm not going to go through every single detail because I feel we'll miss the forest for the trees.
Yeah.
But what I do want to do is put you in the position that prog groups were in when they tried to solve this. Beetle Omega spawns on one side of the room, Final Omega on the other, and the Eye on the outside of the arena. And shortly afterwards, fists will spawn a few feet behind each player, color-coded either yellow or blue. These fists are an advanced iteration of the ones from O11S. In the
All right. I don't want to play anymore because you should absolutely go and watch their video. This is one of my favorite pieces of content I have seen from a Final Fantasy creator in a long time. And they do such a good job of capturing what it was like. Because I watched this world race live. I watched bunches of prog groups. Renan talks about the role that chat plays in prog, and I was in chats. I was one of those people going around like switching streams to learn because I was trying to learn the mechanics. But I also just wanted to see prog, and they do a great job of A, capturing what it felt like, and B, capturing. I don't say they don't capture what it was like to be a world racer, but I think they do a great job capturing what it was like to watch the world race. And I just first of all, their voice very very smooth. I could listen to Renan. I could listen to Renan like read me a nursery rhyme. They have a very smooth
Yes.
voice. Yeah. The dish did run away with the spoon. That's how that nursery rhyme ends. Thank you, Renan. Um, the other content that Renan does that I really appreciate. They do a lot of guides, and trust me, as someone who tries to clear things in week 1, or at least in the clear Savage in the first 2 weeks, their content, their guides, super helpful. And their voice, when hearing their voice, it brings a level of calm. I super appreciate everything. I super appreciate their content. This is just a fun streamer. They stream. They're on the European servers, and they are, they're just a fun person to watch his content to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Also, I wanted to ask that now that we're talking about top and we did top like
Yeah.
for 8 months or something like that. But unlike me, you've tried to do world race, at least criterion, right? So
Yep.
how do you connect with this story for Rhinon?
So one of the things about world racing, I'm not a good world racer. I'm a bad world racer for sure. I'm an ambitious week one clearer, but uh, I will be a world racer one day. That's my hope for a Dawn Trail. Um, but no, what my connection to this is, there's a lot of things that when you're solving a mechanic for the first time, or when you're seeing a mechanic for the first time, there's a lot of visual clutter and figuring out what to do. And you'll like if you watch Renon's video, there are multiple times in top where there's visual clutter and you don't know what to do. There's tons of things happening. What's important? What isn't important? And so when you're in a world race, for me at least, it's always trying to. I have this thing where I try to backpedal so I can see as much of the arena as possible and get a clip to share for the group. Um, which means I'm always out of healing, which my healers always get on me about. But I'm getting better at that, I promise. But no, for me, it's just Renan. It really felt like I participated. I obviously didn't participate in the top race, and they don't quite make me feel that, but they made me feel like what it would have been like, minus all the grindy hours. Because that's in the world race. Like I've talked to a couple of streamers who participated in the ultimate world race, and the grindy hours is really that is not captured in this, but it is. I mean, they talk about it, but there's no way to get that feeling when you're doing Pantocrator for the 1,000th time. There's no way to capture that. At least 1,000th time in a
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Also, like I was asking this because for me, the experience of top on Ultimate, it was vastly different, right? I don't. For me, it was more like I need to know everything so I can fix mistakes, especially because I'm
Yeah.
a healer, right? So I wanted to be knowledgeable about the mechanics way before I tried to do it. So I tried week one this last year, and maybe P9 it was absolutely blind, but after that I had to know mechanics
Yeah.
before going into Savage just for the rule and try to fix stuff.
Well, one of
So
the go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
so I think like this kind of stories, the storytelling, it's just compelling to people that like me don't do week ones and they want to know how it feels, right?
I mean, one of the and Renan captures this really well is when you're learning a mechanic and you're trying to get it right, and you do like a however large number of pulls, and you finally get it right, and then the next mechanic happens and you instantly die. That moment, there's a huge adrenaline rush. It's like, yo, we finally did it. We finally saw it. And Renan captures this on. He pulls up a clip from I Trolled You where they are like they finally clear phase 4 and they finally see phase 6 and then they just get picked off and die and it's a sorry, I said phase 4. Yeah, they go into phase 4 and they just get picked off and die, and it's a very hype moment, and that's something that's just it's it it requires a certain amount of stamina that I hope I have as I hope become a world racer. I really do. But this is a well done story. Renan has told really good stories before, and I certainly appreciated watching this because it did do a great job of capturing the highlights of what it was like to watch a world race.
Yeah. Also, like you said, like I think for this tier I watched Renon's guides for P10, P11, and P12 phase one to clear the fight because they were, despite being week one guides with all the flaws, they were really good to understand the fight as how it works. So you can just do something else on
Yeah,
PF.
yeah.
So yeah,
All right, and then our next streamer is someone that Jet knows, but I found their content very compelling.
yeah. Shilling, a friend of mine, a PvP friend of mine, and friend of Athena's, if you know him. She she's a streamer, but mainly an artist, drawing artist. She streams, I think, almost every day. I don't know the schedule because always artists have like a schedule of waking up at 1 p.m., getting up at 3 p.m., then stream, and then go to sleep at maybe 4 a.m. So I don't know when she actually streams, like the actual time. But I know that she streams all her drawing process on making comics or commissions as she gets. And she has like I think she has two comics already done. When it's Carciphone, I hope I'm saying that right, and Among Us, which are like two different kind of things. One is just a slice of life comic, and the other one is a fantasy manga. So different approaches also on drawing. And again, a Final Fantasy 14 player, a PvP player. She's been in many tournaments. I don't know if she won any of those. I'm not that knowledgeable about that, but she helped me understand Crystalline Conflict way better than how I used to play Crystalline Conflict, and it's one of the top red mages on the PvP scene. So
I
please
mean,
go check it out.
yeah. So I dropped into their stream a couple times, and they always doing PvP content, which in Final Fantasy gets a rap for not having great PvP content. They found their niche, and this uh, I thought first of all these pins are amazing. They're hysterical. You're absolutely right, chat. Um, but nice job. Nice job done. As hello. Push the crystal. Push the crystal. Ignore this. Ignore player one. Um, no, but it's always good. It's always fun to see a well played PvP player. Like when I play PvP, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pushing all the buttons as they come off cooldown, and I hope it's enough. It never is. I'm terrible at PvP, uh, but I'm getting better. That's the important thing. But no, I found their art was really cool. This was my favorite drawing that I saw quickly. The what I think is the Dark Knight with the heavens, the DSR weapon, but maybe it's just a cool Dark Souls or Elden Ring drawing. I'm not super certain.
Yeah,
The
we're
sun,
not. We're not.
the caption for this is the sun will shine again tomorrow, but yesterday will never return. Uh, and this is just like a cool. It's just look, they're just fantastic artists. This was really cool and fun to watch.
Yeah,
And
let me.
for our
Sorry.
third and final streamer, before our special guest,
Mhm.
we have OK Mage. Now, I don't know anything about OK Mage before I started this, but I found them in the directory, and uh, I found them in the directory, and they were a lot of fun. They were a good time. I watched them. I watched them do MSQ. And I think they're still doing MSQ. If you haven't caught up with the story, this is a spoiler warning. We're gonna play a small scene where Zero and Estidian have their moment. If you've already seen this, you know what it is. But this was very fun to watch live, and then I clipped it, uh, and we're just gonna play it because I thought it was fun.
Please.
Swell.
Shall we disrobe as well?
Yes. You know what? Sure. No. What the? She's looking him up and down, and she.
This is such a funny moment for
No,
me.
you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's hot in here, but we're fine. No, you know what? No,
Game Mage
I
is
changed my
Super
mind.
funny
no.
to watch during the MSQ. It was
No.
amazing
Simply caught a
and
friend.
emotional.
He will
A
make it.
lot of tears were dropped by her and us when we were watching. He's a really good streamer for that content, for the MSQ content. It was amazing. And now she's doing Savage, right?
Yeah, now she's doing Savage. I dropped in on a couple Savage streams. They are certainly going through some of the Savage, first time Savage growing pains. But the night I watched, they got through. The sewer dog. I can't remember the name. It's
P2.
P2. Yeah,
P2?
P2. And then
Yeah.
then they got into Phoenix. P3. So they did. They made some prog. They got there. They were getting there. They certainly have the talent to do it, or the ability to do it, for sure. I didn't check if they were gear, what the eye levels were, but that's not super important. I thought they were having fun. It's just fun to watch people prog and succeed, and that's what they were doing.
Yeah. Also, for people that doesn't know, okay, May, she is part of Echo, and she has played World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft a lot, and she has made a lot of guides on that game. And I'm assuming that she also probably did some racing on WoW. So she's just new to Final Fantasy 14, but she's not new in the entirety of MMORPGs, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. They were just like a fun. On the afternoon I was watching them. They were a fun afternoon stream, and I really enjoyed. Just like a good. There's like good company. It's like a good friend. That's all you want. That's all you want from a streamer is them to entertain you. All right, and now it's time to
Yeah.
bring on our special guest. You know him.
Please.
I know him. Jet and I know him as Frosty. He is the Mod Talk guest. He's going to be joining us live on Twitch. And hang on, I just got a text. To get Frosty on your show on your podcast is $1,000 DLC, and we can't afford Frosty on our Mod Talk on this podcast because that's way outside our budget.
Uh,
So
He keeps
next time,
selling-
next time.
he keeps selling his fit pictures way cheaper than whatever else he's selling. Like the DSR, clear it was 500 subs or something like that. So, Jesus Christ. Classic.
We can't afford Frosty, but Frosty can afford us for sure. We will join Frosty in raid on Thursday. We're raiding on Thursday, right?
I think so.
I think so. We're potentially
I
raiding on
don't know.
Thursday, but definitely raiding on Sunday is what I remember.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching Digesting Streams. This is our first ever episode. If I'm a fiend at collecting feedback and any thoughts you have, things we did right, things we did wrong, let us know. You're welcome for the stream. I will be back streaming some prog in about 40 minutes from now. I'm just gonna get some water, get some
Ooh,
prog.
nice.
And then we'll have outro music. Outro
It
music.
was Quick and Jet.
Quick and
Digesting
Jet.
Streams.
Please find us on Twitch. Find us on Twitter, Discord, wherever you want to find us. We're friendly people.
If you
Come say
find me
hi.
on my house, it will be impressive, and I will
Yeah.
give you tacos. So
Yeah, don't
Please
find
try.
him in his house. Please don't find me in person. I'm awkward in person. I'm just a tall dude with who wears elbow patches. Sorry, I'm not a. This isn't me. Who thinks all thoughts about the streams? For sure. All right, and that's where we'll end the episode. I think we're good. We're in a good
Yes.
space. That was it's a good space. I had a good
episode.
time. Geo and this and that jazz. Thank you for coming to hang out. That was good. That was good. I think that was a good first episode. And we kept
I
it.
think it was short.
Yeah, but half an hour is basically what I want to go for. I think half an hour is what I want to go for.
Okay, that was perfect. I think.
Yeah. When's the next episode? The next episode will be next Monday, tentatively. Yeah, Monday. I think Monday.
Yeah.
We're gonna try this every Monday. Today it got pushed back because IRL got in the way. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday.
If
Monday.
we are not dead after the Super Bowl, yes.
I'm
Speaking
gonna, yeah.
for myself.
Speaking for yourself, I will be well rested because my team is not in the Super Bowl, so I will not be watching. I know.
It's a sports
the worst.
week. I watch every sport.
What's the Super Bowl? Well, depending on where you are, it is a football game, an American football game between two teams,
Shut up,
or
Gio, you know what a Super Bowl is.
or a Super Bowl is a large marijuana-consuming object. It's a Super Bowl. See, Super Bowl,
I think that's a Super Bong.
Super Bong.
Which
No,
is different.
don't they call it like smoking a bowl? That's like a thing. I lived in Colorado. I
Is
know what that's
it?
like.
I don't know.
Your family are Panthers supporters? Oh my gosh. It's going to be a very painful few years for you.
Few years.
The upcoming for the Panthers. The Panthers are in a bad space.
When was the last time they won a Super Bowl?
I don't think they have a Super Bowl in their history. Maybe they have.
Exactly.
But it's not even that. They're not going to be competitive for years. They need, they need to draft an entirely new. I don't want to dive.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
happy to dive into sports chat if you have time for this, but with the first pick in the NFL draft, they can't draft an entire offensive line. They just can't do that. You need that is a rebuilding project for years.
Yes. Forget
and-
everything what Quake just said.
And
You want to support the team with your favorite color, and I think it's purple. So Ravens.
Let's go Ravens.
That's it.
I think the Ravens. Listen, Maryland sports in general has this issue where we lose in the playoffs. So I'm just accepting that's my lot in life is to lose in the playoffs. But I'm always going to be able to watch a good game and a good team, I think. So I've been very lucky about it. Just never a great team. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a Real Madrid fan, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to get Kylian Mbappe this summer. It's fine.
It's going to be something. I don't know. I have my suspicions of that.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
It's either going to be another Cristiano Ronaldo or another Eden Hazard.
Yeah?
There's no in between.
Oh, he's going to... I mean, it's... Oh, I think it's going to... I mean, I think Mbappe is just going to light the world on fire. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like, Barcelona is going to have, like, a couple of tough years. And same with Atletico de Madrid. So it's going to be free for Real Madrid on the league, on the local league. The Champions League, it's a different thing, right? But, yeah.
Barcelona's going to be bankrupt for I don't know how long. It just looks like they're basically broke.
Just like Twitch. Barcelona is just like Twitch.
Barcelona and Twitch.
It works, gets money, can buy players, but it's basically bankrupt.
And also like Twitch, they're going to have to sell some players. Well, Twitch didn't sell employees. They got rid of some employees. But Barcelona, they're going to have to get rid of some players. This is not going to go well.
It is not. I like that our podcast has become more podcast after the podcast than during the podcast.
No, for sure. Like for people who come live, like for people who come live and join us after the show, I'm happy to stick around. We'll do this. Yeah. Listen, if Mr. Happy can hang around after his podcast, we can do the same thing. Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you this. When we started the show, I almost literally said, "Hey everyone, welcome to Digesting Streams. I'm your host, Mr. Happy Mike." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I literally had to fight myself for this. I had to fight myself for that.
No, you're not happy.
No, I'm not happy. He's happy. That's his line, right? You're not happy. I'm happy.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I stopped doing that to Frosty. I don't know if he's appreciated it.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't because I do that the same but on chat on every like a random day. So it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Happy's not here.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that was fun. Good times. I don't think we're gonna wrap up here, and then
Yes,
in half an hour I'll be back streaming Prague. I've already cleared Ass, but not Ass Savage. But we're gonna be progging regular Ass, and then we'll go into Ass Savage if we get good.
You probably will.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, Jet. Thank you, chat. I don't have a way to. I haven't figured out how to gracefully end stream. Stream is gonna go down and then come back in half an hour because I want to do stuff in that half hour.
Yeah, sounds good. You can just always do what Frosty does and what I do when I end my stream and just say bye.
Bye.